Hey Keegan, how are you? Just watched your video there about your brother on the phone. Totally with you. I mean, I left a comment on your channel on the video and it didn't take. It did, sometimes it doesn't take it. So I'll just read it out to you. Wow, great idea for a vid. I would love to talk with your brother. My family are very supportive of me, stating that I'm not male and I'm not female. Do your family really say that you're going to hell? Fuck's sake. This American Christian idealism is the sickest disease we have. Sorry, my extreme thoughts. It angers me a lot that you, as such a lovely person, have to put up with that true crap from religious people and ones that are related to you. Remember, you are normal and lovely. So that's the comment I wanted to leave. Then I saw the end of the video and you're sitting on the toilet and it's lovely. It's very funny. So it's nice to get to know you, actually. I don't, as you know, watch so many of other people's videos. I tend to be just a video production factory here. But yeah, I mean, like, look on the bright side of this now, because you definitely have your head together. You have got your head totally together, and your brother loves you. Obviously the fact that he spends so long with you on the phone. Fair enough, he was being rude, as you said, but it's probably going to take a bit of time for these family members of yours to adjust their love settings. Their unconditional love settings. They've got to unconditionally love you anyway, and they will. I mean, it's all very well just to say all these words. Look, my point is that they love you, and as upset as I saw you getting there at some points in the conversation with your brother, I totally feel for you there. As upset as you're getting, I'm forgetting what my point is. As upset as you're getting, just on a level of, you have your head screwed on, and it's going to take a bit more time for them to come to terms with your transition, essentially, and also, even if you never did transition, just for them to come to terms that you don't want to be treated as a woman. Yeah. And it's like, I got a mastectomy myself because I didn't want breasts. So on that level, I understand you as a person not wanting breasts either. Okay. And I'm just shocked every time that I come across people like yourself, where they have to end up telling the world that their family, their own blood, are not accepting them as what they say they are. But as we see in the internet world as well, that myself at the moment, as you've just seen it in one of my videos, I'm getting this guy telling me that I don't look like I got a mastectomy ever, and the distrust. People don't want to accept our own personal truths. So that's just a reality. That's not everybody is always going to accept how we see ourselves, perspectives of ourselves and perspectives of ourselves from other people. Different thing, and all we can do is try and be happy, as your brother mentioned in the phone conversation. He just wants you to be happy. Of course, that's not completely true. If he couldn't totally feel that way if he's then telling you stuff like, stuff about God and you were born that way. I do kind of agree with that, though. That we were born the way God made us. Yeah. And I do believe in the force, the powerful force of love, or not even love, the powerful force of God. I do believe in a God, but not in an actual physical human God. Certainly not a human God. God, you're joking me. Irrational behaviour sometimes. No, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Because the planet has got some crazy shit going on in it. But look, going back onto the point, Keegan, you know, you're doing brilliant, and I think you're a wonderful person. I really do. I think you're a lovely person, and it's so saddening to have to truly watch your video there, where you're getting upset because you have to argue your case with family members who don't want to understand yet. They want to love you, but they don't want to understand you, because they can't get it through their skulls that this is a reality for people. I would bring the whole thing to the point of, you know, as usual, that I would say, Keegan, is that, you know, I don't believe that there's just males and just females in the world. So I think it's quite obvious in my brain that your reality is a reality for millions of people. Millions. And you are the warrior, including the rest of us who are on YouTube and on the internet, exposing ourselves, exposing our realities. We are the warriors for everybody else. Not to say that everybody else who's not talking on the internet is not a warrior. Oh, if you have to live a life such as Keegan or myself or anybody else out there, you know, Keegan, you'd call yourself a transsexual, would you? I asked that question, and I would call myself an intersexed person. I would fit into the trans category too, because again, I wouldn't see myself as a male, but I wouldn't see myself as a female either, so it gets confusing. Now I've completely lost the point I was going to say, so I'll just go on to something else that related to you and your videos. Yeah, you come across as a very relaxed person. Obviously you get depressed sometimes, in my opinion. Again, Jesus, correct me if I'm wrong, please. We can talk about the Jesus point, the Jesus and God point a little bit. I mean, anybody who says that you were born the way you were born, no, this is complicated. God, bear with me, please bear with me, because this is important stuff. Just fundamentalist Christians as a whole are so warped. They completely are warped. They are like the fundamentalist Muslims, and we all know fundamentalist Muslims are terrorists. It's not all Muslims, it's only the fundamentalist Muslims, do you understand? Just like the fundamentalist Christians, just like actually the sickness of the IRA in Northern Ireland killing those British soldiers in the last few days. You know, pizza delivery to the British soldiers, and then the IRA, the dissident IRA, i.e. as in the people that don't listen, rebels, rogues, people like that, you know, who won't let the past go, won't let go of the past. And that's actually nearly what your family need to do with you. They need to let go of the past, you know, move on into the future with their son, if they could get round to calling you their son. Or why don't they just take the terminology that my mother and myself and my father actually as well have taken for me, which is Dawson, D-A-U hyphen S-O-N, Dawson, like daughter and son together. That's what I'm getting everybody to call me now. Well, obviously not everybody, mother and father, and they're both doing it, you know. In fact, my mother's the one who came up with it. She said Sundaw, and I said, Sundaw kind of sounds Native American Indian, but I thought Dawson would be better, because that fits in better, you know. There's lots of second names called Dawson, with a W though. God did make everybody the way I believe they should have been made. It's just society can't handle that reality. So, and this is all serious, controversial, sensitive issue stuff that I'm talking about here, but you know, society can't handle that, and that's why I believe, personally believe, why many people are ending up being transsexuals, because they feel that they have to fit in at some level, you know, and if they don't feel female, well, they must be male, and if they don't feel male, they must be female. Of course, I know as an intersex person that I feel absolutely in the middle, so I'll never be transitioning into one or the other. I'll probably be transitioning all the time for the rest of my life, you know. Anyway, great video, Keegan, and thanks very much for sharing it, because it's going to help a lot of people. Okay, well done. Peace. Ciao.